What is going on? It is Nate the Game Guy coming back with another video, and today I thought it would be a pretty interesting idea to share with you guys some of my guilty pleasures when it comes to my game room and my game collection. So what exactly do I mean by my guilty pleasures? These are different things that make me happy that essentially other people are most likely to frown upon. And to be quite frank, I don't really care, because at the end of the day, our lives are short. We got to do something that makes us happy while we're still here. So right here in this video, I'm going to share you guys different things about my game room and my game collection that are essentially my guilty pleasures. So without further ado, let's dive right into this video subject and take a look at what exactly I enjoy so much right here in the game room and my game collection right after the intro. So I think I'm going to start this video off by sharing this guilty pleasure right here, and that is the fact that when I come into my game room, I just love to just stare at everything. I'm not gonna lie, when I come in here sometimes, I don't even feel like playing anything. Sometimes I just feel like coming in and just staring at the shelves, appreciating which games I have, all the hard work that I've put into building the game room. I have to say, it really makes me feel like I've accomplished something. And when I say that, I don't say that in a way to brag or boast, just be like, oh, I've got this many games and look at me, I'm so good with all my games and that. That's not the point of me sharing this guilty pleasure right here. It's mostly just to say is that, you know, I feel kind of happy showing off what I've accomplished. But before I get too sidetracked about that, I will say that I really do enjoy coming in here and just looking at the different games on the shelves, looking at just my big variety of what I've got, of how I get to kick back and relax. And whenever there's a game that's, you know, very easily accessible, I can just simply pull it off the shelf and pop it into a game console and just have myself a good time. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really do enjoy coming in here from time to time, just staring at everything at what I've got. Now, a favorite guilty pleasure of mine that I love doing right here in the game room is I love collecting plushies for the game room. Crazy, right? A grown man that loves to collect plushies. I just love collecting these things. I think they look so cool whenever I pop into the game room, and I certainly have more plushies that you guys don't really get to see too often, just simply because I don't really have the room to display them at the moment. But I have so many different kinds of plushies. Everything from the more obscure, such as Klonoa, to the more popular, such as Super Mario and Sonic, and things that you wouldn't necessarily expect to have plushies, such as Assassin's Creed. Who knew that there were Assassin's Creed plushies that you can get? But it's true. I really enjoy collecting these, is just because I really like just how cool they look. I don't know. I want to give credit to Pete Dorr, because when I first became a game collector, I used to take a lot of notes, not to necessarily copy him, but to basically get some inspiration. And when I saw like his massive collection of plushies from Sonic to Mario, I don't know, it's just like something just clicked, and I was like, I gotta do that with my collection. Now granted, my plushie collection isn't as big as his, but I'm not trying to compete with him with how good my plushies are or my collection is. I'm not trying to compete with anybody when it comes to my game collection. I just try to do me. But yeah, when it comes to some of my guilty pleasures, I really enjoy collecting plushies. Whether it is like Pokemon, or Assassin's Creed, or Puyo Puyo, Hyperdimension Neptunia, Nintendo, you name it. If it's a plushie from a game franchise that I really enjoy and really love, you can bet that I am going to definitely go out of my way to add a plushie right here into the game room to just make it more awesome. Now, this is one of my absolute favorite guilty pleasures of mine right here when it comes to game collecting and the game room, and that is trying to go for full sets. So what do I mean by this? What I mean by this is take, for example, any game console under the sun, such as Nintendo 64, right? And I will try to complete the set for it, meaning that I will try to get every game release and every game that ever came out in the North American region for the game console. Now, I can certainly see why I've seen people over the years say that that's kind of a dumb goal, or it's stupid, or they don't like the goal, or whatever. And I mean, obviously, if that's not your thing, hey, that's just not your thing. Not gonna attack anybody for a differing opinion of mine. I'm just not, and I could see why somebody would just want to stick to games that they only want to play or whatever. I get it. I used to be one of those collectors. However, my goals have obviously changed, and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy playing video games. I may not play every single game that I own, but of course, if I wasn't somebody that didn't enjoy video games, I can truthfully tell you that I would not be a game collector. I mean, if it wasn't for my passion for video games, I would not be collecting, obviously, video games. I just like collecting complete sets. It's just because I think it is so cool to look at entire console's library, and if it's a console that I really like, I like the feeling of satisfaction that it comes with. I don't know, it may be crazy to some people, but I just think it's a really cool thing to do, is have a complete set for a game console that you really like. But yeah, when it comes to some of my favorite guilty pleasures, I absolutely love going for complete sets right here in the game room. I've got two right now at the moment, which are Wii U, Hyperscan. I almost have N-Gage complete. I just need one more game added to the set. And currently I am working on Sega Dreamcast for trying to finish the set. But yeah, I do enjoy trying to complete some of those libraries for those systems. Now, I know a lot of people might think that I'm pretty crazy for doing this in the year of 2025 and beyond, but I still enjoy doing this. And what exactly is that? I like to do is buy games based on their cover art and play them. Crazy, right? In a time where you can look up a review from one of your favorite YouTubers and watch them talk about the game, play the game, review the game, I will sometimes do, like if I'm out on at a game store or shopping online or whatever, right? There are times where sometimes I just look at the box art of a game and I just give it a go based on the box art. Crazy, right? Especially during these times where, it's not the 90s anymore. You don't have to judge a game based on the cover art or what your buddy at school said or whatever, right? Reviews are very easily accessible in this day and age, but I don't know. Sometimes I just like the thrill just to see hey, is this game going to be good based on the cover art? Now, I've had very decent success. Don't get me wrong, I've had a few hiccups here and there, but for the most part, I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of games. I don't know if it's just because I'm a super lucky guy, or, I have a lot of experience on judging a game based on its cover. I don't know. But what I will say is that I sometimes like to do that, where if it's a game for, I don't know, PlayStation 1, and I'm okay, this looks like it could be fun. Sometimes I'll just pop it into my PlayStation 1, give it a go, and I will be, pretty happily surprised just to see if the game is good or not. I do enjoy doing that. I don't really plan on changing that anytime soon. Of course, there are still games out there where I will check out a review just to see if I'll like it or not. But sometimes here and there, I will just look at the box art and just say, you know what, this might be good. I'm going to give it a go and do just that. Crazy, right? I know, guilty pleasure of mine, but I do have to say, I certainly do enjoy the thrill to see if the game is going to be good or not based on the cover. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out my video. Please be sure to check out these videos here, and here. After all, I post a lot of content when it comes to game collecting tips, and other video game related subjects. So be sure to keep an eye out every Monday and Friday where I upload consistently, and I'll be seeing you guys next time.